the troll pages and stuff like that, because like even though I'm telling people, like people just be weird. So what's going on is currently, like, I have my son, like, I don't think everybody know all of this. They might know this part though, but I had my son in January. I wasn't supposed to have him till March, so he came early and stuff. I had him in Illinois, and that was not planned. I promise y'all, it was not planned. But I ended up having my son in Illinois, and I had to leave him up there because DHS got involved or whatnot. And for people that keep trying to say like I tried to run off or whatever, no, I did not try to run off and have him in a different state. I did not want to have him in a different state, first of all, because I was anemic, and so like I already had my blood transfusions down here where I'm at now in Oklahoma, just in case I needed blood. So I was very scared, and I may show y'all a video or whatever that I was like scared to death, because I'm just like, what if they can't get blood for me in time and I may need it and stuff, because my hemoglobin was so low, it was scary. They had to like find blood for me or whatnot. So I was scared about that already. So then I didn't know that DHS was going to get involved again. For people that keep trying to say I tried to run, like, I didn't know they was going to get involved in it. I probably should have known, but I didn't. Like, my attorney told me, like, he doesn't know if they were going to get involved or not. So, like, when that case, they terminated my rights, he told me, like, we don't know. Because I asked them, like, what's the judge saying about, this baby? And they was like, so far, nobody's talking about it. So, I thought I was in the clear. So, then I had them, DHS got involved. And so now the advice that I'm asking about right now is... So what happened was, I have court with my cousin. So if y'all know that, like, me and my cousin got into it, and she put her hands on me, and I ended up defending myself. So it was self-defense. I ended up fighting my cousin or whatnot. The police arrived 3 times that day, but nobody pressed charges. I was the one that could have pressed charges because she hit me. But my auntie thought that we were both going to go to jail, so we just left it alone. So she waited until I left back home and called the police. So I never knew that I had charges pressed against me until like months later, because they didn't have an address for me. So like social media had to tell me like I had a warrant for my arrest. So the issue is I'm still having to go to court with that, and then the court with the baby. So I have court coming up, and the judge with the assault and battery case and the judge for my baby, they set my court date on the same day. So the one with my baby is at 9 a.m. and the one with the assault and battery is at 9:30 a.m. right? So when I noticed that was going on, I told them, like, hey, I told my attorney ASAP. They said I had to tell my attorney. I told him ASAP 3 weeks ago, like, hey, I just noticed that, my court date is on the same day that I have court with my cousin. So I can't go. Can you please give me a new court date? He told me he would. He ain't never responded to me back. I texted him so many times about it. So then I'm just like, court coming up, and like, I've been calling like the office and stuff, and they've been telling me I have to go through my attorney. So then I'm like, okay. So then I go yesterday to the courthouse because my court date is coming up. He hasn't responded. So, I ran into him. He like, I'm going to see if I can get it at 10:30. But even then, 10:30 is pushing it. Sometimes I be in court more than an hour. So I'm like, even then I may miss it. I may miss with my son as well. So like, I can't do that one either. So he told me he'll hit me up when he find out. So I haven't heard anything. Mind y'all, court is coming up really soon. And so I go up there again today. But this time I saw the judge, and I asked the security, can I speak to the judge? And they was like, no, you can't speak to him without an attorney being present. But I'm like, I've been up here. I've been trying to get this court date. Like, I can't miss. So they like, well, you got to talk to the bailiff. or whatever. The bailiff is on lunch right now. She'll be back at 1. I'm like, all right, bet. So you got to call at 1 o'clock. I was like, cool. So I called the bailiff today. Mind you, this lady does not like me. She does not like me whatsoever. Nobody in the courtroom likes me. I don't know why. They just don't. Maybe all the rumors that my sister had made on me made them not like me. That's what I'm just going to assume. So, and then they tried to make it seem like I was a liar and all this other stuff. So, of course, like, nobody in the courtroom likes me. I know everybody's working against me. My trial has always been unfair. So, I'm already having to fight those odds. So, I called the bailiff. I recognized the voice. I didn't know she was the bailiff. I thought she was the court clerk. So, I tell her what's going on. And she's telling me I can't give you a new court date. Which one is more important? The assault and battery charge or your baby? In my head, I'm thinking both. First of all, both is important. It's either my son, or if I miss this court date, I'm going to jail. I'm going to have a warrant for my arrest. I'm possibly going to go to jail. So I told her the assault and battery charge is more important. It is what it is. Like, I did. I said it's more important. I said it's more important because I wanted to make sure I clarify why, so she don't tell the judge like, oh, she said that court is more important. Yeah, it is. Both of them are important, yes. But it's more important for me to go to this criminal one, because if I'm in jail, I can't go to the visits. I can't go to no more court dates with my baby. So it's important for me not to go to jail. So I told her it's more important. I said this case has been open for 2 years and I didn't know about my case before, so it's open for months and they're ready to close the case. They don't want it open any longer, and there's times that I've literally missed court with them and stuff because this judge and both judges keep setting my court dates within the same week. Every single time, it never fails, man. So there's times that I've confused court dates before, but I never miss with my kids. I've missed with the assault and battery, and I've had warrants and stuff. So I be scared. I can't be driving scared and stuff. My car can get impounded, and no. So I had to just think of that. If I go to jail and stuff, I'm gonna lose my car, so then I won't have transportation, and I'm not gonna have money to be able to get this car out and stuff like that. So like, I had to think. So she tells me, well, this is last minute and you're the only one on the docket that day, so we can't change it because this is late notice, like you about to have court. And I'm just like, but I've been saying something 3 weeks ago when I noticed. She said, why didn't, and then I told her I didn't realize that he scheduled me on the same date as the other judge. I told her, mind y'all, I told her that. She told me, she gonna say, well, I can't change it, so why didn't you say anything to the judge? So at this point, I got upset, and I shouldn't have, but I did. I was like, you don't like me anyways. Like, I'm trying my best because I don't want to go to jail, and I don't want to get my rights terminated with my son. Like, I'm trying really hard. And she said, why you didn't say nothing to the judge? You should have said something. I said, I just told you that I didn't realize. And once I realized, I told my attorney immediately. So that was weeks ago. And he still has not done anything. And then also I told her, when I'm in the courtroom, I don't be thinking about that stuff. What y'all want me to think of, I don't be thinking. Like, I be scared and in fear. I be nervous. I be having anxiety when I'm in the courtroom, period. Because this is my livelihood. This is going to determine if I can get my kids back. This is going to affect my life forever. This is going to affect my kids' life forever if I get terminated. So, yes, I be scared when I go into court. So, no, I did not know this right away, but I did notice, once, like after the court or whatever. So, I told my attorney in enough time to get a new court date, but he did not do what he said he was going to do. So now I said, okay, what happens if I miss this court date? She said, well, you need to go ask municipal court if you can get a new court date. I said I've already done that, and they've already changed my court date 3 times because I had got pregnant with my son that I had last year and stuff. I had him last year or whatnot, so I was pregnant with him, so they had to reschedule it then. Then I had my baby 2 months early this year, and I did not know that I was going to have him 2 months early, so then they had to reschedule it again. So they said they can't reschedule it for me no more. So what is it that I can, there's nothing I can do. I'm put in a messy situation or whatnot. So I'm like, well, they're not willing to reschedule it. They told me I had to have my evidence and everything, like, in a couple of days. Like, I have to have my evidence. They're ready to close this case. It's been open longer than what it was supposed to be. And so she's like, yeah, well, I don't know. You need to ask them. Well, I've already did. So now I don't know why you keep repeating yourself, but I've already repeated myself and said that I can't get a new court date. So then I said, what happens if I don't show up for my son? She said, I don't know. I'm not the judge. So now I'm caught in a sticky situation, and I don't know what to do, because if I'm the only one there that was on the docket on that day, nobody else is going to court for that day. Why can't they change it? And I don't know my rights. So that's what's scary for me, is that I don't know my rights. I don't know what I can do. My attorney's not doing a good job representing me when the case is going on. The only time he wants to represent me is if we going to trial. That's not good enough. I need help. So what do y'all think that I should do, or what I can do, if anybody knows anything? I hate the system. They literally set you up. No, seriously. I don't know what to do. They know what they were doing when they scheduled the same day. Can your attorney represent you at one until you get to the other? I don't know. Like, my attorney already know I can't make it. He's saying, oh, well, mind you, court with my baby is supposed to be at 9 a.m. Court at the municipal court is at 9:30 a.m. So he's going to say, oh, well, I'll request the judge to do it at 10:30. What if I still miss it? I'll be there more than an hour. So what if I miss that? No, I need a whole new day. Don't even do it on that day. And then he hasn't even got back to me about it. So I don't even know if he requested it or not. They could have changed it. Yeah, they don't want to because they don't like me. Thank you for the gifts. Is your attorney for both cases? Yeah, it's just the attorney that didn't represent me until the end, and I got my rights terminated. Had he represented me beforehand, like he did at trial, I would have had a better chance at winning. I could never get in contact with him. That's why I want a real attorney. If not, request a new attorney. See, it's court appointed, and they saying that they limited to attorneys, and so I gotta work with what I got. And I feel like they trying to keep me with him because they know he's not contacting me. I've been saying that to everybody, that he's not contacting me and stuff. So they know this information, so they want me to lose my kids, and so they're gonna use that stuff against me. Everything they're gonna use against me. And since we don't know what's about to happen, he can choose to automatically terminate me, or he can choose to allow me to do my services. So this is the court date where he decides one of those others, because my kids already got terminated. So he's either going to decide immediate termination, or he's going to decide, well, we'll let her keep working the services. Because last year my baby daddy was not even working the services at all, but I felt it was very smart for us to come together, not as a couple, but come together and co-parent, because at the end of the day, this is our family that we created. And they're going to go back to their family like nothing happened, even if we get terminated or not terminated. So it's not going to bother them because it's not them. So they was using us against each other. So I felt it's best that we work together. So he's actually doing the services now. And he's actually coming to court. He wasn't doing that beforehand. So I feel like we got a better chance to work the services now, because now he will no longer be a safety threat. If he's no longer a safety threat, there's no reason why they should take my baby. You get what I mean? So that's the issue. And I just don't know what to do, y'all. I don't know what to do. Even requesting a new attorney, this is last minute. So even then, like, what am I gonna do on the court date that I can't make? Like, what am I gonna do? What can I do? I don't know my rights. And this what sucks, is not knowing my rights. I need to figure out my rights, so then that way I can represent myself if he's not representing me. It's here in a couple days. You can't keep letting them give you these bullshit answers. It's their job to serve and represent you. Exactly. And I've reported on him. Like last year, I reported to his supervisor that he wasn't representing me and all of that stuff. I told the judge this. I told everybody that they have the worker that's working against me. The judge knows personally that she's lying on me and that she has a vendetta towards me. He knows that she's trying everything to get my kids taken, whether it's the truth or not. But he will not take her off the case. And then he appointed her back on my case. On this case, which is crazy. Because DHS was going based off of her lies, even though they was lying. That's why I said that.